Dasharatha's 4 sons got married to Janaka's 2 daughters and Kushadwaja's 2 daughters. Right? So the wedding rituals were completed. Now Vishwamitra ji said that I want to go to my hermitage in the foot of where it is located at the foot of the Himalayas near Kaushiki river. Okay, you remember who is Kaushiki?
Vishwamitra's sister.
What is Vishwamitra's sister's name?
Vishwamitra's sister.
Yes, who is she? She is called Satyavati. Now again we will talk about her and her family now. So after bidding farewell to Vishwamitra ji, Dasharatha also said to Janaka, we will also leave to Ayodhya. Finally, the Janaka also, with tears in his eyes, he is also bidding farewell to his daughters. He gave away so many gifts. He was sending, he gifted many elephants, foot soldiers, horses, finest silks, carpets, and gold, silver, coral beads, pearls. So many precious items he gifted to Dasharatha. It's not that Dasharatha demanded dowry, because Dasharatha himself is a very rich person. That was called wealth sharing, because he is sending his daughters out of love. He was sharing his wealth. So with all the army and the gifts, Dasharatha started the journey towards Ayodhya. All of a sudden, he was seeing all bad omens, like the screaming of birds in a fierce way, and few animals were moving from his left. So he thought these were the bad omens. Then he felt agitated and he called out, Vasishtha, Guruji, I am feeling sorrowful. Please let me know what are these omens signify. Then he said that these screaming birds indicates that there will be a grave danger. But as the animals, these deers are compared to fears. So as they ran away, your fear will also go away. So give up your anxiety. It will end up in a good way only. Even though the danger comes, it will turn into a fortune only. So don't worry. As they are conversing, the sun went, the dark clouds covered the sun and the earth was trembling. There was a terrific dust storm and all the army was covered by the dust, and as it became dark, they couldn't find the directions only. Everybody felt unconscious except Dasharatha and the gurus, Vasishtha, sages and the 4 sons. Then there came a person who is walking, and he came as a lightning, and he was moving faster towards Dasharatha's army, and he is enraged as if a destructive fire comes. He was raging towards Dasharatha's army, and everybody, the sages behind Vasishtha, they were talking. He is looking like Rama, Parasurama, who killed all the destroyer of all the Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas are kings. And he killed Kshatriyas 21 times. As when they were born. Was he coming to kill the Kshatriyas again? Because Ram, Lakshmana and Dasharatha, they are all Kshatriyas. They were just talking. And Dasharatha was also shivering, but he went ahead and he greeted him and he offered him water to wash his hands, and he wanted to honor him. But he just ignored Dasharatha, and he immediately came in front of Rama and called out, "Oh Sri Rama, I came to listen. I came to know that you broke the Shivadanush, the famous Shivadanush. In detail, how you broke it also, I listened in detail. So now, how he came? When he was coming, His hair was matted and he had a great body, and he was holding axe in his right hand and a bow in his left hand. This axe is called Parasu. That's why he is called Parashurama. His name is also Rama. And he had a bow in his hand, right? So he was just showing that bow and saying, there were two heavenly bows who were constructed by Vishwakarma. He is the architect of Devatas. He constructed two bows. One is given to Lord Shiva, so that's why it is called Shivadanush. That Shivadanush is given to Devarata, who is in Janaka's ancestor. This Vishnu Dhanush is given to my grandfather Ruchika. Who is Ruchika? Satyavati's husband. Means Vishwamitra's sister's husband. And Ruchika was very, very noble. We studied about him, and he went to the heaven with the body also. He was so powerful, and he was a great sage, and his son was called Jamadagni. Jamadagni's son is Parshurama. Okay? Now is it clear? Ruchika's son is Jamadagni. Jamadagni's son is Parshurama. And Ruchika's father is Bhrigu. So he belongs to the Bhrigu dynasty. That's why he is also called as Bhargava Rama. So this Rama is called Parshurama, Bhargava Rama. Why is Bhargava Rama? Because he belongs to Bhrigu dynasty. And Parshurama is known for his great valor, and he is a great tapasvi. He had a boon. His legs he can travel to any place in the twinkling of an eye. He had that boon. So that's why he can travel with the speed of light, like that. And he came and he stood before, and the history of Parshurama is, his father Jamadagni was a very noble sage. When he used to perform austerities like sacrifices, and he used to do tapasya. Jamadagni's wife is Renuka. Okay, one day Jamadagni was in deep penance. At that time, the earth was overcrowded by kings. They used to fight for the power. And they were very arrogant. They used to trouble people. Like that, one day, one king, his name is Kartaviryarjuna. What is his name? Kartaviryarjuna. He came to Jamadagni's hermitage, and when he was in deep penance, he killed Jamadagni. And Renuka was weeping at that time. At that time, Parshurama was not there in the hermitage. Later, he came to the hermitage, and then he found out his father dead. He then took an oath. These Kshatriyas, arrogance, I will chop off them and their arrogance too. So that's why he started killing off. He killed Kartaviryarjuna and all the kings, all the Kshatriyas. How many times he killed, you know? He killed the Kshatriyas 21 times on the earth. He was taking a tour around the earth and killing as and they were born. So 21 times he mincemeated all the kings. He terminated Kshatriyas. Then Indra came and he consoled Parshurama. Parshurama gave a word that I will not kill any Kshatriya from now, and I am giving up my arms also. And then he performed a sacrifice. In that sacrifice, the presiding deity was Kashyapa. So when he performed the sacrifice, he has to gift. No, he gifted the complete earth because he conquered the earth. All the kings who were scared, they fled. They ran away. Few kings. And now earth is Parshurama. So Parshurama gave over earth to sage Kashyapa. Then Kashyapa said that you are not supposed to stay on this earth anymore. Go away. Because you have gifted me. This is mine. So then he gave that word. So I will not stay on the earth. So he went to Mount Mahendra. That area was also taken from the Samudra, it seems. See. So he is living in Mount Mahendra. So from there he came. So now these sages behind Vasishtha were talking like that, discussing all these things. So Dasharatha also thinking, he should not harm my children. He should not kill any Kshatriya now. Now what is the challenge he is saying? You broke the Shiva Dhanush. He is talking to Rama. Parashurama is talking to Sri Rama. You broke the Shiva Dhanush. So if you are so valorous and so powerful, please drink this bow also. This is Vishnu Chapam, Vishnu's bow. And Vishnu made it capable of subduing the enemy's strength. The opponent's strength will be subdued, killed, removed. Lord Rama, till now, we never saw Ramji talking in a harsh tone, right? He was talking very sweetly, gently. Now, he got enraged. Actually, to a Kshatriya, if somebody is challenging their prowess, their valor, they will get angry. But now, Ramji was quiet because for the respect of his father, before elders, Ramji never talks, opens up his mouth in a harsh way. So this is the biggest lesson we have to learn from Ramji. Even though he got enraged, he talked in a low tone to Parashurama. Oh sage, I also heard about your valor. What you have done for to take the revenge of your father's death is approved for me as a Kshatriya. But you are challenging my prowess as a Kshatriya, so I will string this bow. He took the bow from his hand. Then all the gods in the heavens, they came and assembled in their aerial cars. Yakshas, Kinneras, and the gods, they were all standing in their aerial cars. What will happen to witness the feat of Rama? So he took out the bow and he said that I respect you because of my Guru, because you are related to my Guru. Vishwamitra is your maternal uncle, right? So that's why I respect you. I treat you also as a Guru. So I will not harm you with this. If I point this, if I set the arrow to this bow, it should not go in vain. It will hit something or the other. So you let me know what should I hit. Whether I should hit you or the spiritual merit, Punya Lokas acquired by you through your penance. Then Parashurama was speechless. He understood. He is the form of Vishnu. Other than Vishnu, nobody can lift it and set the arrow. So then he was speechless. He was talking in a low tone. Now I realized, who are you? You are the imperishable Vishnu. So I bow to you. Accept this bow and as you wish. Let there be no loss of time, but you should not, you can't stop my movement because I am not supposed to stay on the earth. So hit all my punya lokas, so whatever spiritual merit I acquired till now through my penance, you hit them, put an end to it. So by saying that, he took the pradakshina and he left in no time. Then as if nothing happened, the sun came out and there was a pleasant atmosphere all around. Then the procession, then the army started moving ahead to Ayodhya. Ramji was newly married, right? Now this is the first time he is entering into Ayodhya. Now Ayodhya is wearing the festive look. All the people in Ayodhya are eager to see the Ramji, Sita, Lakshmana, Urmila and Bharata, Mandavi, Shatrugna and Shrutakirti. So there was a big procession from the entrance to their palace. And all the three queens welcomed their daughters-in-law. They were living very happily for a while. The immediate next day, Yudhajit came to take Bharat to Kekeya kingdom. We learned it, right? last time. So now Yudhajit made a request to Dasharatha, I want to take Bharata. So Bharata cannot stay without Shatrugna. So Bharata, Shatrugna, they went to Kekaya kingdom. Here Ramji, Sita Mata, Lakshmana and Urmila, they performed all the sacrifices and all the rituals, and they were taking care of all the elders. They were performing their duties properly, and they are staying very, very happily. Ramji was loving Sita Mata, and Sita Mata was also loving. Without talking each other, they are knowing what is there in others' heart. So that much they understood each other. They were staying very, very happy in Ayodhya, and Dasharatha was overwhelmed, overjoyed. So with this, we complete Balakandam in Ramayana. Tomorrow, in next class, we will start Ayodhya Kanda. Before that, you have to let me know how many characters are there in Balakanda, how many visited us, and how many. Some characters will be repeating, like Vishwamitra, Parshurama. They will not enter again. So they will be there in Balakanda only. So to revisit them, we will write down the characters. Okay? And morals, kids. Morals, so many morals.
If we are harsh, don't talk very harsh.
Before elders especially, never talk harsh, but before elders. See, from Ramji we should learn how to respect parents, how to behave before parents, how to serve parents. Yes, talk politely. And then,
Don't be arrogant.
yes. And never underestimate the power of other person. Like Parshurama is Bhargava Rama. That day he realized he is also the Brahman. Right? Otherwise he was thinking he was also normal Kshatriya, and he gave the challenge. Kovit. Kids, here we are not playing, not showing any faces. We are concentrating on Ramayana only. If one makes a mistake, don't blame others or the related persons. See, that is what from Parshurama we have to learn. As Kartavirya Arjuna was only bad, right? Not all the kings. See, Sri Rama also born in the Kshatriya family, but he was not good, bad. But Parshurama killed all the Kshatriyas for many times. But see, Ramji, he loves his guru Vishwamitra because Parshurama is related to Vishwamitra. He is respecting him also. Right? How different these two people are thinking. Respect your gurus and his related people also. Respect all. Love all.
Think before you talk.
Yeah. And when Dasharatha was talking to Parshurama neglected him. I mean, he ignored him completely. You should not do like that. When somebody is talking to you, you have to respond. But he was talking to only Sri Rama. Right? Yeah. Any morals? No? And from Lord Vinayaka also, I want to say, when his parents asked him to take a round.
Ma'am, we have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, after Ganesh ka Chaturthi, why they do Nimajjanam?
Actually, his power, when on the first day when Ganesha idol is set up, we invoke the energy, life's energy, prana pratishtha, right? We do and invoke. So that energy will be there for almost 9 days, 5 days. So we cannot bear it more and more, right? When there is life in it, you have to feed him. You have to take care of him as if a small baby or a human being is there. More than that. But as we cannot take care for more days, we send him to the Mother Nature. we immerse him. He's born out of nature, right? From nature is called as Parvati. And we are sending him to his mother. Okay? Yeah, from Ganesh ji we have to learn the presence of mind. When his parents asked him to take the round around the world, he knew his limitations, his weaknesses and his strengths. So that's why he used his intellect and he took around his parents.
He took 3 rounds around his parents.
Correct. So that is what that is called presence of mind. Innovation. We should learn from him. And he is very dutiful. Do your duties right. Now also I was telling Ramji and Sita Mata, they were doing their duties rightly. They are following dharma. Like when Parvati said to Ganesha to take care of the house, he was doing the duty perfectly. He was not scared of Lord Shiva. He was following his mother's words. So many morals. If you think of them, you will get more and more. Okay, kids. Sorry, today I have taken extra time. And please answer the quiz at 6 o'clock today. Today's question paper will be big.